Hi, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you very much for connecting on this show. As you come in, please let us share this video. I want you to like the video and share. Like the video and share. We don't have this video on Facebook today. We're only having it on YouTube, just on YouTube. The video is just on YouTube. So as you guys are coming in, please go ahead and just like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel so that you can have more of this. And the topic for today is deep, very deep. Patricia Akinyombo, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you doing today? All right. Let's go ahead and just and share this video real quick. Share it real quick. If you're coming in, please uh, let me know exactly where you're connecting from. Patricia, where are you connecting from? Thank you. God bless you. Um, Laura Anuluapo, how are you? How you doing? God bless you. Thank you for connecting. And as you're connecting, please, I want you guys to get ready because the topic for today, you two will be a particular of it. Will be able to make phone call through by the grace of God. New York City, Patricia from New York City. UK, Anoluapo from the UK. Thank you very much for connecting. You like that. Laura from Baltimore, God bless you. Thank you. Uh, Ekaite from Houston, Texas. How are you? God bless you. Daniel Gia, good morning from Houston, Texas also. Thank you. Gladys, good morning. How are you? All right, good morning, everybody. I think you guys know that I have Pastor Ola with me on the show this morning. Can you say hi to the people?
Hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome back again. Nice being here.
All right. Today we have a topic before us, and I want us to break it down, beautifully without wasting time. Should Christians divorce because of cheating? Should Christian go into divorce because of cheating? Uh, this is a this is a big time topic. Is creating smoke in the society today that personally, I look at it as in the major reason why so many homes are breaking. Cheating, cheating, cheating. Either in the part of, maybe the man is the one who is cheating or the woman is the one that is cheating. So, let's go to Lola on this one. Um, is there any way out? We know men cheat, it's all kinds of stuff, but is there any way out that we can handle cheating without going into divorce?
It's a tough one, though. I don't think I won't say there is no way out, and I will not say there is a way out because it solely depends on individual and how much more you can take of cheating. Because, like, if a man cheats now and you want to forgive him and you try to forgive him, and one thing I know is that once a man cheats once, he's definitely going to cheat, more than once,
Are you sure? Are
repeatedly.
you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
because what was the reason in the first place for cheating?
Maybe the woman pushed him out.
So whatever the woman might have done to push him out,
Yes.
there's every likelihood that that same thing will happen. And
Why don't we address the part that the women should not do those things and for them to keep their men in the house?
when you're talking of the woman pushed him out,
I'm only talking about one side. Some people are born to cheat. They will cheat.
uh-huh.
Either you like it or like
then,
it.
then, then what do you mean that the woman pushed a man out to cheat?
There's so many.
What would that woman have done
So many things.
to make him cheat in the first
So
place?
many things. So many
for
things.
whatever
Let me tell you.
reason.
Number one, I know you will say that this reason is not good enough to cheat, but for me, All right, like you said, there's limit to what anybody could take.
Yeah.
It's so also in the side of the man. Now, number one, if your wife is not a good cook,
Okay.
your wife doesn't cook at all, she's always buying food and all kinds of stuff, that's actually a reason to cheat.
So what stops the man from cooking if the woman cannot cook?
But
And because I don't think I've ever seen in any law or in the Bible or whatever that says strictly women are supposed to be cooking. In fact, in today's world,
yes,
if you see the men that go into this cooking thing, they even do better than women. It's not.
I understand that. You see, when you see
it's not
a woman,
a must. And you know, when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about marriage, where one is lacking, the other one would, you know, lift her up and you know, just.
Well, the issue is that, you know, for women, we feel loved when a woman goes to the kitchen and cook for us.
But
I can do it for anybody also. But the issue is that if the woman is not cooking.
But you must have known this before you married this woman. So why, you know,
maybe she fooled me.
Fooled you for how long?
Maybe she fooled me throughout the whole conflict.
Yeah, maybe then you should.
Because you Christians will say, "Oh, don't visit yourselves. Don't go to your house. Don't do this." You Christians will say that, and we all didn't go to that house. I didn't even know maybe she could cook or not.
Okay, fine. Now that we have agreed that she cannot cook, there's nothing stopping that woman from learning how to cook. And
is she open to that, to learn how to cook?
She should be, because she should be open to, you know, learning how to cook.
Yeah.
Because we know that food is an essential part of any home or relationship.
Yes.
You know, so and as an African, you know, woman,
yes,
you should know that, oh, you need to know this thing. And if you don't know it from wherever you're coming from, and your husband has been complaining about it, then you need to do something about it, you know, to make it happen.
How about in the case that the woman is not willing to do something about it? And you'll be talking about it, that I need good food in this house. I can't be cooking by myself. I can't be doing all this. I need good food in this house. And then she's not ready. What should you do? Are you not going to give up? You see, the issue is this. I understand that there's no good reason for cheating.
Yeah.
But if the other person is not trying,
well,
all right, you cannot cook. You're not trying to learn how to cook. All right. Some people will just put meat on the fire, put everything inside, and that's their cooking.
Okay. Instead of now going to cheat, why not cook separate and maybe find another woman?
Well, maybe because we've got kids together and we're thinking, all right,
if you have kids together and you're thinking about that kid, then you should try to live with a shortcoming of not knowing how to cook instead of going to cheat because of that particular reason.
All right, people cheat because of that. Number two, people cheat because they're not clean, especially Nigerian women. They're not clean. They don't clean the living room, they don't clean the bathroom, they don't clean the bedroom, they don't clean themselves. We talked about hygiene the other day. That some women don't shave, some women don't use deodorant, they don't use perfume, all right, that's enough reason to cheat too. It's not good enough to cheat. It's not a reason to cheat. People do that.
See, all these things that we're talking about, all these points that we're talking about, it would be better for you if you think your spouse is not ready to make a change. Why not leave that woman or that man honorably rather than going to cheat? Because at the end of the day, this cheating thing is not going to be a good, result in any case.
I understand.
So why do you need to cheat instead of you're not doing what I'm expecting of you and all that? Then I think it's better we separate.
Now I want to give you a background, real quick, so you would understand. You see, this Christianity of a thing is tying the hands of people from being real, living in real life. Now, when you go to church and you're a divorcee, everybody's going to look at you like, oh my God, he's failed. He has failed. He's this. So people will rather just hide what is going on with them and just make everything look like everything is all right. Now, Christianity and divorce They're two different things. And you find out that in the Nigerian definition of Christianity, divorce is not supposed to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So if your wife cannot cook,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot even think of divorcing her or separating from her. So you
So
need
the
to continue
best
to
thing
just,
for you to do is to go out and cheat on her.
I want you to just listen.
Okay.
So the next thing you want to do is just to continue to enjoy the stupid food that is cooking because she's not ready to change. She doesn't want to learn to cook and all kinds of stuff. And then the next thing you want to do is just to double it. And then you now have a side chick that is cooking well for you. So you just eat outside and come back in. So we are living a fake life.
See, there are better options
Yeah.
to this thing. Like, okay, she cannot cook, but at least we can get,
What?
some good food from outside.
No, we are not going to have savings. We can't get from outside.
See, what you mean we cannot get savings? Because in the
We can't have a
first instance,
savings. We're going to
in the
spend our
first
money on
instance,
cook on buying
if
food.
you're cooking,
Yeah.
you're gonna buy food to cook as well.
Of course.
So yeah,
You spend $50, it will last you for a week. You buy the food. No, let's go down. Now you see it's going to be almost about $45
okay.
for one plate.
Well, that's
How many of the food are you going to buy?
well, that's right. But then,
Right? We're not going to have savings. So I understand your part that it's not good reason to cheat. But let me tell you something. Everybody's seeking for happiness. Everybody wants to be pampered. Everybody wants to have a feeling of actually, I
but
think
do
I'm
you know?
wanted.
But do you know that even if a woman cannot cook, I want to believe there are other aspects of life that she's good. So why not overlook this not good at cooking,
Yeah.
and then look at some other things that she's doing that she's good at, and just, I mean, you as a man, if you know how to cook, why not just step in there and do the cooking and try to let her know that, look, I don't like this idea of, you need to do something about it. You need to, otherwise, at this relationship, the way it's going, I can guarantee,
you go to people's homes. You go to homes. You see homes that are clean, beautiful, bathrooms shining, everywhere shining. Now you see, okay, actually I did a counseling session and this man said to me, he said, Pastor, you can't even enter my kitchen and stuff. These guys don't want to come home. I'm not saying it's good reason. I just wanted to understand. But I'm actually looking at what are the things that could cause a man to go outside. It's not good reason, but it's still causing men to go outside.
I know.
They don't want to come to a home where there is nasty. If you have a 3-year-old, 2 years old, 1-year-old kid in the house is going to be nasty, right?
See, like I said earlier, there are options to all these things. Even if she's not, if she can't clean and all that, and she's ready to work it out, she can afford maybe once in a week to call in someone to come and clean the house.
We are not going to have savings.
Well, at least I want to believe that is better, because whoever the man that is going out to cheat is not free. Cheating is not free. You have to.
Cheating is free.
No. So whoever you, at least you take whoever that you're cheating with, you take her out for lunch or whatever.
Take me out.
Well, I don't believe it's 100% free. So why not? Why not channel?
Are you buying? Say yes, I'm buying.
So why not channel those little money into making up for wherever she's lacking? At least not going to be on a daily basis, maybe once in a while. Yeah.
All right. Now let's go to a different level. Men cheat for different reasons, man.
Yeah.
It's stuff. And it's actually it's more now. Some women don't want to agree to the man is the head of the home. All right. There's this power tussle. Women are making money, men are making money. In some homes, women are making more money than the men. Mm-hmm. And that's actually intimidating. The men don't like that. We don't like you to make more money than us, because it seems like we are no longer in control. If you have money, you have financial independence and stuff, you can do anything you like. You can just come home with a Jaguar. I know it's just that I just bought a new car. We feel good about that kind of stuff. So we see that. You don't see that. Women who are privileged to have good jobs,
Mm-hmm.
blessed to be making a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
they need to understand how it makes us to feel as a man. That we get intimidated
But
by the
it's not supposed to
prosperity.
be.
It will be.
See,
it's
it's not
because of
supposed
the
to
way we
be.
are created.
If you actually love your wife and you show her love and all those things, women they don't care about money that much. If they are the one making the money and the guy is, doing everything that he's supposed to do, we're ready to, leave our money for you to even take control over it and spend it the way you want. It's not a big deal to most women. I know some women are, I know it's not 100% of women that are like that, but I want to believe that a better percentage of women are ready to leave their money even for their husbands, to take control
Are you ready
over.
to leave your money?
To take
Are
control
you ready to leave your
over.
money?
Of course, you yourself,
I know. When your money entered your bank, it over. Where is this money going? All right. The reason is that it's possible for the man to make less and the woman making more. It becomes a sensitive.
It makes life easier for. It makes life easier for the two of you.
We don't see it that way.
You need to see it that way. You need to let go of this ego of a thing and focus on the betterment of the family. If a woman is making more than you are making, it doesn't make any necessarily have to make any big difference in the way you relate, the way it doesn't necessarily have to be like that. There's no big deal. It's money, and
many women are not willing. I disagree, Pastor. Many women are not willing, and I know many women are not. They're not. That's another part of the whole stuff, and that could cause a man to cheat also. Because when they come home,
because
when they come home, it's sometimes it's obvious. You will see that when the woman is making a lot of money more than the husband, you see the submission is no longer there. You see the willingness to be a partner.
What I know is when you love your wife, no matter what she has, his submission is going to be easy, no matter what.
No, some women don't submit when they make money. They don't. They don't submit when they make money. That's when they start speaking. That's when they start speaking American accent.
No.
And at the end of the day, they start speaking all these things, and then they become very arrogant now.
I don't believe in that, and any woman that is doing that is not right. It is not right at all. Unless, of course, the man is channeling that resources into something that the woman does not know about, or whatever.
Nowadays, women have agenda. So much.
Yeah, I think why women have agenda these days is because the men are not trustworthy. They don't even know if you have a child outside of the wedlock. So when they now put everything, when they put their money, there for you to spend, and you're spending this money, on those things, of course, nobody's going to be happy about that. I'm working, my head up, and you are there. You have a child outside, and it's this same money that I'm working so hard for, and you're taking it out to take care. I'm not going to be happy. I mean, that's just
of course. Nobody's saying that. It's just
I guess that is why some women, they are kind of cautious because of so many things that we have been saying that is happening around us.
So with that, there's never going to be a kind of a trusting relationship, because if women are thinking, I don't know, maybe he's got kids outside.
Let me tell you one thing. For any woman to have that kind of a thought, that means there's something in the pipeline that is making her to feel that way. So why not address that first?
Okay, but how about if that guy is not even cheating, if that guy is not doing anything, but the woman is just normally just
no, there's no smoke. There's no smoke without fire.
You think so?
Yes, I think so. No woman in her right senses would, think of such thing if there is nothing, that is making her to feel that way.
Are we not going to put the nature of a man into consideration?
What is the nature of the man that we're talking about?
Polygamist by nature.
Polygamist, but what do you mean polygamist by nature? That they can have more.
Dangerous.
What is good for the geese is as well good for the gander. If you think you can be a polygamous, there's nothing stopping a woman from being a polygamous. Amen.
You know, the issue is this. Let me tell you this. Is it men cheat because of what they see sometimes? Women must give us
what they see.
What we see.
Yes.
We see beauty.
Yes, women too can cheat because of what they hear.
You know, well, because of what you hear. But you guys have chosen not to because it doesn't look good on your resume.
Well, yes. So because it's now it now looks good on the resume of a man, so that gives him the audacity to go out.
We get away with it. It doesn't.
It's high time you guys looked at this thing and know that it is not good for your home, because you think it's good on your resume, but you don't think every of this thing there is every of your action, it's consequential. Yeah. Whatever you do, there's bound to be a reaction.
Yeah, you know, we see different things. We see different things.
Yeah.
We see nice shape. We see, you know, tall, slim.
We see all nice shape.
Yeah,
it doesn't
look good on your
fine. It doesn't look good, but then that it looks good on your resume. Do you think of the consequences of your actions?
Well, you know, the issue. What I see about men is that, you know, men, they become, you know, powerful when they have multiple women around them.
Multiple women around them. Yes. And you don't even think of how the woman is going to feel. You're thinking about feeling good.
Yes.
I mean, that is one-sided. Yes. That's one-sided.
I don't see anybody with six pack. Now, this is what I'm saying. You don't get. Now, we see people who are in a polygamous family. Wife, son, husband, one. And these people live inside of the same house. And this guy will leave this room today, go to that room, and then go to that room, and go to that room. And these people don't feel, even if they feel bad, but they still allow the man to come to their bed. But why is it that you women of today, you know, because somebody has gone to cheat outside, sleep with another woman outside, you can't sleep with me anymore. That's the end of the whole stuff. What's the difference between those ones in polygamous family who allow their husband to sleep with all inside of the same house, and they still allow them?
Let me tell you, back in the days, that is when this thing are happening. Yeah. When women, they don't work, it is only the husband that is working and that is taking care of their needs. Yeah. So when someone is taking and and when this guy is taking care of them and all that, yes, and they open their eyes before they walk into such relationship. But between you and I, yes, we did not have this agreement that you're going to marry another wife.
Yes.
So I'm not prepared for it. You just come one day and you be like, No, I'm not going to take that.
This is stuff.
Women, but these women, they knew what they were going into. They knew this guy was polygamous by nature and by the religious affiliate or whatever, and they walked in there with their two eyes open. That's a different ball game. But this is me. We don't have such agreements, and all of a sudden you just pop up that I'm taking another wife. No, it's not gonna go well with me.
Things happen. It can happen. But I wanted to just go ahead and just give us exactly the stuff that could actually give us a little bit of balance in relationship.
A little bit of balance. What balance? What are you talking about? Balance. There is no how a man will bring out multiple women, and you expect the woman in the house to feel good about it and to act as if all is well. No, it's not going to happen. No. But those polygamous, those women that are in multiple women relationship, they open their eyes and they walked into it, and it's okay by them. But some of us is not okay by us, and if it's not okay by me, well, maybe I want to opt out.
But what's it that is not okay? Let me ask my question. What is it that is not okay? Because this man is sleeping with this one,
Yes.
then for you,
Would you now feel if your wife now has another man that she's sleeping with? How would you feel?
does it look good on your?
Look good. We all have blood and water running through our veins, and you're saying it doesn't look good. It looks good on you.
Of course, it's by nature.
Don't bring that. Polygamy is bad. What's nonsense? You don't take into consideration my own feelings, and you're telling me that to do right.
God created
What is God?
this way.
No.
God created us this way.
Well, if that is the way God has created you, then from let the woman know that I am a polygamous man. Then if she's ready to go with it, fine. And if she's not ready, then she moves on.
Well, listen, for a woman cannot be dating people.
But a man can be dating multiple women, right?
We didn't create ourselves.
Oh, we didn't create. So we did not create ourselves. We feel too about it.
That's how you guys are. You guys naturally are faithful animal. Faithful, you guys.
Oh, so faithful animal, you're not rubbing that on us. No, it doesn't.
We are living our life.
Oh, we are living our own life.
Something within us making us to see too many people. We see they are dressed there and ask the party.
Do you know women by nature they are jealous? When you have another woman with the one you have already, no, you're not going to get it easy.
Can't you pray jealous?
Can't you pray for the polygamist in you to go?
No, we can't. We don't want to.
That's same with women.
Okay. We ourselves Christians.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're a Christian, I'm a Christian. We believe in Jesus. All right. Forgive when we fall into error. After cheating and I'm sorry, it's going to become problem.
See, let me tell you one thing. If a man cheats, like I said earlier, there is every possibility that he's going to cheat again. And when you say you forgive them, you forgive them. But when this man goes again back to his vomit, or keep committing the same sin, and you expect me to keep forgiving you, no, it's not going to happen. And for my mental health, for my peace of mind and all that, I want to stay, from afar from you. I've forgiven you, good, but I don't think this relationship can go forward from here. Then
how come you guys? You see, when you look at the nature of Christ as a Christian, all of you guys call yourself, I'm a Christian, but Christ. When we were here, let me finish my stuff.
Okay.
Let me finish my stuff. The issue is that you now call yourself Christians. Jesus Christ, Bible says, when we were yet sinners,
He loved us.
He died for us. He loved us. He forgave us. And He said, go and do the same. He said, forgive us all our trespasses as we forgive those who trespassed against us. All right. The Bible didn't say don't forgive cheaters or a cheating husband, or don't forgive this person. It says forgive all. Now, what will now be the difference between an unbeliever and you Christians if you now say, oh, I forgave him, but he can't live with me anymore?
Yes, forgiveness is, I'm forgiving you. Good, we are good, but we can't be as it used to be before, because I still want my mental health intact. I want to live, for myself and maybe for my kids and all that. I don't want to, run mad or whatever because somebody is doing, what I cannot live with and all that. I've forgiven you, we're good, we can.
So your Christianity, if God's Christianity, if God's way of actually forgiving us is like, okay, I forgave you, but you can't come to heaven.
No, it's not.
No,
See,
no, don't say that. Don't say
see,
that. I forgive you,
Jesus-
but you can't come to heaven.
Jesus is a superhuman being. He's not like you and I. Jesus is not like you and I, and we are striving
So
to
if
be
we
like Jesus.
if we have Jesus in us, we always say, "Oh, I have Jesus living in
Yeah.
me. He lives in me." And stuff.
Mhm.
If we have Jesus living in us, and the Bible says, "You are gods,"
Mhm.
and we cannot demonstrate the the characteristics of a God. It's something. Even if that person is not even your husband or your boyfriend, people still don't forgive others.
No, what do you mean they don't forgive others? They forgive you, but they put you at arm's length. Okay, we're good, but just be there because I don't want you to hurt me no more. I've forgiven you for this, no problem. Because when you're not closer to me no more, you can't hurt me no more. So just let it remain like that, and that's it.
Well, okay. Now the issue is now that if you confess to love somebody, does it mean that person can't fall into sin?
Of course.
Or does it mean that you cannot fall into sin?
Of course, we can fall into sin. That is what I'm saying.
I know. I want you
Right
to just
now-
give me that yes or no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Number two. Do you know there are different ways to cheat? All right, different ways. It doesn't mean that you have to actually have real physical sex with somebody to cheat.
Okay.
All right, you chatting with a guy on social media 24/7, and the guy has taken the part that you're supposed to spend with your husband. That's emotional cheating too.
Yes.
Even though you guys are not talking about I love you, I care about you, and all kinds of stuff like that. All right, that's part of cheating also.
Yeah.
So it's just like you saying sin. Oh, sin. Lying is a sin.
Yeah.
All right, adultery is a sin.
Yeah.
All right, stealing is a sin.
Yeah.
Killing is a sin. But you now look at all those stuff. There is no big sin, and there is no small sin.
Yeah.
You get that, right?
Yeah.
But why is it that we humans, we always want to categorize and say, okay, that this sin that are so big that I can forgive a liar, I can live with a liar. It doesn't matter. I'll forgive you if you lie to me. But when you cheat on me, then that's going to be the end of the whole relationship. If God is saying, if you cheat on me, because so many of us will cheat on God. If God says you cheat on me, then that will be the end of everything.
Because God is God. God cannot say that. But we are not God. We don't have. We are not super human being. God is a supernatural human being. So what we can take, what God can take, we cannot take it. No matter what, God, Jesus never committed suicide. But we humans will commit suicide because we have gotten to the limits of our endurance.
You
human.
You commit suicide because you gave up.
That is what I'm saying. God can never give up. That is it.
He gave us the opportunity not to give up.
But being human, we give up.
We are not supposed to give up.
But we still do.
Then we need to do something about it. That's what I'm telling you. Now, is it right? Let me read this comment. Is it Christ that lives in us as believers, or is it Holy Spirit? Christ, Holy Spirit, God, the same thing. The same thing. The Bible says we are the temple of God. The Bible didn't say we are the temple of the Holy Spirit, but He could not dwell in us as God. He could only dwell in us as the Holy Spirit. It's a spirit. God is a spirit. And whosoever will worship Him in spirit and in truth.
Yeah, somebody said you forgive, but you cannot allow yourself to be a doormat and become damaged.
But that's the way Jesus Christ dealt with us, and He's still dealing with us. We slapped Him, we beat Him up, we do everything.
That is why I tell you, He is God. He has the power more than we do. The capacity, the capabilities, everything.
We could have the same ability, capacity, power if we
But
dwell in Him.
Being human limits certain things. There is limit to our endurance. God does not have no limit.
Well, if He dwells in you, then He's supposed to be able to stretch you too.
You see, that is why you see a lot of people, women especially, dying in relationship because of what you're saying right now. Oh, because you should endure to the last. So when you are in an abusive relationship, endure. That is what you're saying right now.
No, I'm not saying endure. No. I'm saying speak out.
Speak out.
Seek for help.
Speak out and still stay there. Right?
No, you see. when you speak out
Uh-huh.
and you seek for help,
Uh-huh.
there's a way to help out.
Okay.
A lot of people stay in the relationship and they die in the relationship.
Yes, sir.
All right. So when you speak out, you go to the right authority.
Yes, sir.
You can call 911.
Yes, sir.
Let 911 get the guy, take him to jail. Then you now
That
go.
is what I'm saying.
No,
So
is
instead
it-
of him now taking him to jail, why not let him go and live by himself?
No,
and you
no,
live by
no.
yourself and have your peace. You don't send no
Christianity.
one to jail.
Christianity. Come on. Christianity.
But
Come on.
Christianity,
Can you be a doormat, Pastor? I am a doormat. You know why I'm a doormat?
I don't
The
know.
church members treat me badly. I go to church to clean the church by myself. I'm a pastor. I'm supposed to be actually not served, but at the same time to be respected. But I do not take my respect. I go to church every Sunday morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I go there to do? I go there to clean the trash of the church members. I'm a doorman. Doormat. People come to me and lie on me. People come and say all manners of things about me. They say, oh, Bozula did this. And I agreed to it. I did not say no, I did not. Even some things I did not do, I accepted it as my fault. All because I've been placed as a leader in that particular place. And that's the same way all pastors sacrifice. All right. So when we are not talking about Christianity, we're not talking about Christianity. It's totally different. You see, we cannot separate Christianity from our marriage, from our lives.
Yeah.
It's better for us not to be Christians and just say we don't want to be Christians and just live our life just like unbelievers live their lives. If we want to come into Christianity, we must understand that you can't just give up. You must fulfill all righteousness.
So fulfill all righteousness as in staying in that marriage that you are not happy because somebody has betrayed you.
Somebody betrayed you doesn't mean it's going to betray you tomorrow. Now the first thing you got to do is to speak out. Seek for help.
You have spoken out, you have sought for help, and nothing changes.
Then speak out more.
Oh, maybe you felt you have spoken out enough, and nothing is happening.
Then
the Bible says heaven helps those who help themselves.
Yeah. Now the issue is that when you are in abusive relationship, you are supposed to speak out, seek for help, and after doing that, you have fulfilled all righteousness.
Yes.
Then the next thing that will now happen is we are now going to separate.
Yeah, that's it. That's what
Speak
I'm
out,
saying.
speak out, seek for help, separation. All right, you can't just go into divorce, boom, like that.
That's
You separate.
Yeah,
you see, during the time of separation, we are giving the two people opportunity to breathe.
Yeah.
And then to learn, to grow, and to be able to get back to their feet. Now, after the separation, and if we find out that the relationship can never work, we can now suggest divorce. Yeah. Are you getting the point now? But the issue is this: you can't just do things without working on it.
Of course.
You don't give up on me. You don't give up on me. No, you don't give up on me because.
Let me tell you this: nobody in his or right senses will just take a decision just like that. You must have worked on it, and you see that nothing is happening. You must have, done everything that is humanly possible in your own capacity, and you felt that, okay, I don't think this thing is, working. Then that is when you now say, okay, I think we have to go our separate ways, And when you now separated, then if divorce is the last solution, then you go into it, and if not, then anything can happen.
So what I'm saying, and I think you will agree to this, is that at the first strike of cheating, you don't just throw in the towel.
Yes.
Let me make my point. You don't just throw in the towel.
I agree.
Good. The second thing that should be done is sit down, talk about it.
Yes.
Why the cheating? Let the man be able to voice out and say, this is the reason I'm cheating. All right. For some men, like I started with, some men, they cheat because they're born to cheat. And it's actually part of their nature. There's nothing you can do to please them. They will always go outside. Because we always talk about it is in the nature of a man to be a polygamist. All right. Now, the second reason may be probably the woman is bossy and insultive, not cooperating with the man. The man feel, alone in the home. He couldn't talk to the wife. The woman is not always there for him to talk to. For him to talk to. So he could actually go outside to look for a playground where he will be, where he could listen. Somebody will listen to him. Number 3 is probably the woman is not clean and she's not ready to clean. All right, like you said, the man should offer to support and do the cleaning stuff. Probably he got a little tired along the line. I said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
Why would he get tired? Because if it were to be that the woman is the one doing it,
yes,
would she not complain that I am tired?
They should be doing it together.
Yeah,
they should be doing it together. So marriage is not a one person's thing.
If the man is supportive in cleaning,
yes,
and the woman should support her too.
Many women don't. I'm just letting you know this stuff. Many women don't. Some women will rather put above underneath the bed. They put it underneath the couch. They leave it there and they walk away. And this guy's been picking it up every day of his life, And the day will come, this guy will just say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. All right? Some people cheat because their wife is super religious. The wife is always going to prophets. Prophet here, prophet there, prophet here, prophet there. Oh, church. Monday, church. Tuesday, church. Wednesday, church. Prophet here. The night vigil, night this, Sunday morning, and stuff. And then the woman is nowhere to be found. This man is going to cheat. They need to sit down and talk about it, and the woman must be ready to make amends. Some men cheat because of lack of sexual satisfaction. Lack of sexual satisfaction. A lot of women, don't defend people now. Don't defend women right now and be saying nature, please. A lot of women are not willing to learn the act of sex. They are not willing to. They don't want to. A lot of our African Nigerian women will just sleep like a log of wood on the bed. And they're expecting the man to be the one pumping. The guy will get tired along the line and say, okay, I'm not being treated here. I'm the one treating, but I'm not being treated. I'm the one treating, I'm not being treated. All right? So they get tired and then they go outside. And they say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go outside and just satisfy myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody corrected me. Yeah, I wanted to say the normal saying that heaven help those who help themselves, not the Bible. I'm sorry about that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. We all need to actually put all of this stuff into consideration. We're supposed to sit down together, and where you think you are lacking, you develop yourself. Where I think I'm lacking, I develop myself. You see, just don't stay and say, okay, oh, to show me, I'm not cooking anything. But at the end of the day, we're all supposed to know that marriage is supposed to be a full-time job. We work on marriage. We don't just say, this is the way it's going to be. I don't want my marriage to look like my parents' marriage. I don't want my marriage to be like my friend's marriage. Then I have to do what they didn't do. I have to do exactly what they did not do. So in marriage, I don't think Christians who are real Christians, it's not a Christian, a Christian shouldn't cheat, number one. But let's now say they fall into that sin of cheating. I don't think that's actually right for a Christian woman or a Christian man.
See, like I said
to now throw the towel dust to one strike. I say, you know what? That's the end of this relationship.
Like I said earlier, when a man cheats and it stops there, you ask for forgiveness and you're forgiven, and it ends here. Yeah, it's okay. But when you now continue doing this, that is when there is a problem. If you are cheated once and you came back, and you asked for forgiveness and you never went back to that same sin.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just. Most women, they don't throw in the towel in the first instance of cheating. No, it's when it now becomes a lifestyle. That is when you now know that, this person, I don't think this person can change.
All right, guys, the telephone number is on the screen. If you want to contribute on the show, the telephone number is 405-550-5135. It's right on the screen. Pastor Jola, but if we show them that we have skills, they will say that we are prostitutes. No, that's in the olden days. Men are no longer like that. Men are no longer like that. They want to enjoy sex the way you want to enjoy sex. The guy is the one sucking the nipple. The guy is the one touching everywhere. The guy is the one sucking your neck. You need to do the same back to him. The guy is the one touching you, touching back. Do whatever it takes to make him have pleasure also. Don't just let him be the one doing. That's what I'm telling you. All right? And even when you're showing skill, show the skill. Be free with your man. Be free with your man. All right? Let your man enjoy sexual relationship with you. Don't let him take it outside. All right? The moment a man will cheat outside and see the difference, this guy can stay glued outside and never come back home. And then will always be outside. And then the cooking, we have to put skill into it. The cleaning, we have to put work into it. Conversation, we have to talk. Catch movie together. All right, let me tell you something. The other day when we lie down there and were watching movie together, I was blessed. I was so blessed that, oh my God, my wife, she's actually lying down here catching a movie with me. It gladdens my heart. I'm telling you.
Somebody says, I'm sure he wanted to say, what if the spouse keeps referring to the cheating act, even though the person never went back to that same sin? Yeah, something must have propped that up anyway. But in actual fact, it is not good to always refer to situations like that, because it's not good, it's not nice, because it makes the other person feel so bad and all that, especially when that person has stopped doing that thing.
I didn't get this. Remember the woman who was chatting with on Facebook about getting stoned and the husband almost died. Don't let us be assuming stuff. We can talk about things. We talk about things. This is how I like sex. This is how I want it. Talk about this stuff. When you talk about this stuff, it's actually always very good. Very, very good for us to talk about it. And then it will actually help us a lot. Also, like women with low libido and not wanting to try is a major problem in many marriages. Emmanuel, people must to go and see sex therapists. Don't just stay home and be praying. I've been saying this many times. Don't just stay home and be praying about stuff. You go see therapists. Let them be able to help you out in your marriage, how you're going to improve yourself. You don't just stay home. You go get a session with a therapist. Let them be able to help you out on how you can be able to improve and satisfy yourself and your spouse. It's very important. There is no man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Everybody always say, oh, it's not a good sex. It's not a good reason for you to go and cheat. It's not a good reason for you to go and cheat. Is it for me? For me, it is. For me, it is. We are supposed. I got married to be satisfied. I didn't get married to just be looking at you walking all around the house. No, the stuff cannot run that. Which one do you want?
I was trying to read that before you married.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, before you married, if the man or woman have been having multiple ladies, is going to cheat when, unless God take over the minor, the woman. I don't know. Something like that. You need to go and see a therapist and let them help you out. Speak out about your sexuality. Talk about it. Don't just say, oh, I have a low libido. That's not going to work for me. Someone like me, I don't want to. I don't want to be seeing you walking around in the house. I actually married you to be satisfied. And that's it. And that's it. Pastor, thank you for this discussion. My church doesn't even discuss anything close to this. If you ask questions concerning sex, they see you as a loose and starting giving you side eye. You know what I'm saying? And these are things that we must to talk about. A lot of homes are going down. Please, guys, you want to make a phone call through, we'd like to pick your calls. 405-550-5135. That's the telephone number to reach us here in the studio. Should women make efforts to be better or not?
Of course, everybody should make effort to be better. Not only women. Wherever you are lacking and somebody has laid a complaint about it, then you should try to be better.
So you should do everything necessary to be. Yeah. Husband and wife should work together.
Yes.
As in, know the weakness of your wife and help her.
Yes.
All right, I think we have a caller here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. You want to contribute on the show?
Okay, I really love you guys. Your show is amazing.
Thank you.
Keep up with the good work. I'm not gonna waste too much time. I know other people might want to call in.
Yeah.
So I actually agree with both of you because when Madame is making her point, I'm like, oh, I don't think she's right there. And she's making a point, and I agree with her. Then you say something else, and I'm like, wow, he has a point too. So both parties need to work at relationships these days. Now,
Yes.
I'm not married.
No.
I have married friends. I've been in a relationship where I've been in a relationship for close to 5 years. We
Okay.
were like, we were practically like husband and wife, which is something I wouldn't even do again, by the way. But so I have, a good idea about what the challenges couples face these days. But I'm just going to go hit on to our Nigerian women.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to say on the part of Nigerian women is going to hurt a bit, but there's a backing to it.
Yeah.
There's a backing. Now, we are in a society in Nigeria, I think women are being pushed so much that, women are now so being, they want to like, I'm looking for the right word. We tend to be in a society where we want the women to be like men at the same time. Women now get so involved with trying to be, provide for the home, being a strong woman, do this, but the family is still there, her external family is still there. And you even see your own women say, there are women like you who are working and still taking care of the home, How many things can a woman do? It's too much. I think there's so much pressure on the woman. The woman forgets how to be a woman. Our society puts too much pressure on our women. We need to let our women relax and be women. Don't expect the woman to be this feminine and all that. We're having so much time for you in bed to, romance you and all, but you're expecting her to still go out there and work and work and work. She still has to take care of the children and all. I think there's so much fun. Again, even pressure even comes from women themselves, women to women. They will be the ones even to say, so what if your husband is complaining that you should step up now? Are you the only one working? I think there's just so much pressure on women because we now want to compare. Some men will now want to compare these Nigerian women to other women and say, don't you see how these other women are? The Indian women, they are feminine, they are this, they are soft-spoken, they are very ladylike. Oh, don't you see how these white women behave? But guess what? We don't allow our women to have that time to be feminine and to have time to be really romantic and all these things. Too much demand on the Nigerian women. I don't know about other African countries, but I've just taken this personal study within our own circle of my own Nigerian women. We need to calm down that. But that doesn't mean that
pressure on you guys? We are putting pressure on you guys. What kind of pressure are we putting on you guys?
From the society at large. Exactly. From the society, there's so much pressure on the Nigerian woman to, I don't know. You see the men say, I don't want to marry a liability. I don't want to marry a liability. Look, in that same Bible, don't forget the man's main responsibility is to go and be the provider. The woman is just to support. So don't try to make the woman the head of the home. And when she's now been what's the word? Turned to a man like that. Don't expect her to be the woman again. You can't eat your cake and have it. So society, we need to really know what we are doing with this. Because that's what I have personally noticed. But then the men have a very valid point. Nigerian women are not romantic like that. They don't have it for those reasons I've just given. They don't even have time.
I know. I agree with that one. I didn't agree with the first point, but I agree with the second point of yours.
Yeah. So the men have a valid point, but the men and society need to help the women to get to that point where these men want us to be. So, have time to be freaky and all that, romantic, smell good, look good. You see, we just need that support.
So what is disturbing you guys? What's preventing you guys to be freaky in bed? Are people watching you? Is the Holy Spirit watching you when you're doing it? Is it not just only you and your husband that is there?
You need to still go out and walk. Okay, I'm not talking from your own point to pastor. I believe you are, for a lot of guys out there, you will see, they want the woman to be doing this, working, only her taking care of the children. They don't support. They don't help the woman. They don't even step in. And then you even say a mother-in-law saying, now that you've married my son, which one is this one? You're just sitting there. This happened to my own sister. She told me, when she just had her first baby, she took a break. And the mother-in-law said, which one is not you're sitting there at home, you're not working again. You have to be working. You can't just, can you imagine that? These are the issues the women face. There's so much pressure on the women. The men have a valid point, but then if you want these women to be what you are, what do you want them to be? Less demand pressure on the women. That's what I think.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you.
Very good point. Very good point. God bless you, madam. All right, ma.
Bless you too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Pastor Shola.
Can you turn your computer off, please? We're hearing the sound on the background.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
It's better now. Right, okay. Pastor Shola, good morning. Please,
Good morning,
this
ma'am.
is my first time of speaking with you.
Thank you for
Good
calling.
morning. Pastor Shola, I wanted to say something. Have you seen the video that has been trending all morning? Carry me, they go. Jehovah, carry me, they go. My husband house. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, I was going to forward it to you in case you haven't seen it. So
Yeah, I've seen it.
that's
I
one of
woke
the
up 1
pressures
o'clock
that the
this
last
morning
caller-
to be checking updates.
Okay, so that's one of the pressures the last caller was talking about. I mean, there is so much pressure.
Who is putting the pressure on them? Who is putting the pressure on them?
Well, I'll come to that. Let's just take it one by one.
No, because I don't know who is putting pressure on them.
The society.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Women are putting pressure on themselves.
Look at this one.
No. Women are putting the pressure on themselves. Nobody is forcing you to go and get married. Go ahead, madam.
Okay, let me just take it one by one. Okay, the first thing you talked about was the first example you gave was cooking. In my own opinion, I think cooking and cleaning generally, as in chores, doing house chores and everything, I think we need to begin to put that into parenting. Parents should stop separating the male child from the female child.
Yeah.
I mean, if a man can't eat, why can he not cook? If a man can't eat, why can he not wash his plate? Do you know it will take you the same time to wash your hands and to wash your plate?
Of course.
I mean, it will take you basically the same time.
Yeah.
Why should we say that, because somebody is not cooking for me, then I'll go out and why can't you cook? Are you a cripple? Is your hand paining you?
I wonder.
You understand? So we shouldn't make cooking or cleaning or stuff like that. We shouldn't make it a woman's duty. No, we shouldn't. It should be for everybody. That's number one. And number two, when it comes to another example you gave was earning more money. You said sometimes when women earn more money than men, they don't want to respect the men.
Yeah.
They don't want to be submissive.
Yeah.
Pastor Shola, whether you're a man or a woman, there is this economic phrase that says, or this political phrase that says, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
That power, if you change it to money, some people, whether man or woman, small change, that's how you even know people.
Yeah.
Give them small money and see the misbehavior.
You will see it, yeah.
You understand?
Of course.
There are women who earn 5 times, 10 times, twice as much as their spouses, but you will never see the difference.
That's something like that.
Especially when you live in a place where you need to, the bills are there, the bills are being paid, and all of that. You will not see the difference.
Yeah.
So all of this example, this issue of money is a personal thing. So whether a person is a man or a woman, anyone who is driven by the spirit of money, by mammon, anyone whose God is mammon, will always submit. I've seen people say, when they make more money than their husband, they refuse to submit. I call those men with inferiority complex.
I want to disagree. I want to disagree with you on that. There are some women. It's not all women.
That's my own opinion.
It's not all women. It's not all women. It's not all women. It's just like you saying men cheat. It's not all women, or it's not all men that cheat. There are some women that are crazy. When they start making money, they become arrogant. I can tell you a story of a woman who was brought in.
Absolutely.
I can tell you a story of a woman who was brought in from Nigeria by a man who drove Uber all his life to send that woman to college to become a nurse. And she became a nurse administrator or nursing administrator, whatever they call it. And then she divorced the man for no reason. Because the man couldn't speak English.
Shola, I agree with you. But
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is that it is not only the women that do it. It
I
is
know.
both
I'm not
sides.
saying it's only
There
women
are
that.
men
No.
also who will begin to make money and say, "Look at you, you are no longer attractive to me."
Yeah, I'm
Look
not
at
saying it's
you,
only
you're
women.
now
I'm not. You
asking
see,
me.
today,
Look at you. You understand? It's
my own
both
argument
sides,
is
both
my
ways.
own
That's
argument. My
both
own
ways.
argument is I'm just actually standing for some men who are going through that stuff. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not all women that will do that, but there are some women that
And
are
that's
just like that.
exactly, yes, that's exactly what I said. So I totally agree with you. The next, because I was taking notes when you were talking, I took plenty notes. The next thing you talked about was personal hygiene.
Yes.
Pastor Shola.
Hey.
I
am here.
Some boxers there. Oh, some boxer shorts.
Why are you talking about boxer shorts? Why are you talking boxer? Why don't you talk about underwear for women?
It's turn by turn.
All right, talk about it.
It's turn by turn.
Leave boxer
Some
alone.
people, if they raise their armpits like this,
anointing is anointing that come out.
in your room.
Yeah.
If you stay in an apartment that has mosquito, you don't need to buy insecticide.
The armpit alone will clear them out, right?
Wow. Everything, do you understand?
Yeah.
Personal hygiene again is not only for the women. If a man is saying, I can't, look at the drama that was online the other day. That Nollywood actress and her ex-boyfriend, with all the drama. She wears pants for 3 days. The same you that came out to talk about your sexual life.
Yeah.
If a woman is wearing a pants for 3 days, how come you were going there to sleep with her?
Oh.
That is that man gone only talk me.
Yes.
You understand? So it is both ways. I mean, what stops
I'm not saying it's not both ways. I'm not saying it's not both ways. We are only talking today why men cheat. All right? Why men cheat. I didn't say why women cheat. You see, I want us to get this thing. Is it the way I see things?
You know in the Bible, Pastor Shola, don't let us. You know in the Bible, when the Bible talks about men, brethren, you know it is both of us.
No, that's not the case. That's not the case. No, we are not talking the language of Bible right now. We're not even talking about it. But even in the Bible will say, husband, love your wife. There's always a
women.
No, listen, my sister. I want us to do something. My sister, I want us to do something. One thing I want us to do. When we are talking to women, let all of us join hands to talk to women. When we're talking about men, let all of us join hands. Let's not make it a competition. Let's not make it a competition.
Okay, let me say something about women.
Let's not make it a competition. Let's focus on women. Why men cheat? The women part.
Okay. So on the women part, I'm sure Pastor Lola, I'm sure you agree with me. On this women part, I know that women, Pastor Lola, you see, the funny thing about women is that we might be buying underwears every day. But Pastor Lola, I'm sure you agree with that. There's that special one, that particular one that you
want to wear forever.
You will wear it forever, even if you have 50. That particular one, you know what I'm talking about. It's usually black. You will wear it. You understand? The iron will come out like this. You will sew it back. You understand? But women, let us be trying. I know, with the issue of nothing stops us from having our bath twice a day. And don't just throw the water up and use your back to connect it. Now tell me, let us scrub the corals, all the corals, and to keep it fresh. But there was another thing you talked about.
Yes.
There was another thing you talked about when you said that that in communication we should be able to talk about our expectations and our desires.
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Yes.
You see, where I see the problem with that one is, especially in Nigeria, when we're in relationships and all that, we try to make it Christian-like. By binoculars, exactly, to monitor you. So you don't get to discuss all those things. So by the time you now play along, brother, sister, you now get married, you now get into the marriage, it now becomes a case of who will start talking, who will bell the car, who will be forced to say.
That's where religion has messed up
And
everything.
And like what you read out the other time, where somebody said in his church, they don't talk about things like that. Once you ask such questions, they think you are loose. So that is where the main problem is, because people are unable to talk about their sexual
Madam, can I ask you a question,
things like that.
Can I ask you a question, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Should
sir.
you, as a grown-up person, educated person,
Mm-hmm.
should you allow one man that is inside church to control the life that you live outside?
No, now living in the West, I would say no. But once upon a time, that was how my life was, because that was how we were raised.
I was raised like
Madam,
I was raised like that.
Now.
I was raised the same way. I actually told myself, no, I am not going to live my life this way. I will never let nobody dictate to me how to live my life. I will never let nobody put me in any kind of prison that I won't be able to enjoy this one life that God has given me to come and live. One life. It's not like I'm going to come back. I'm not going to come back. So one pastor cannot tell me exactly the way to live my life. I will live it to satisfy myself.
Yeah, I mean, Pastor Shola, only very few people have your kind of mind. I remember the day a pastor asked me to talk to the singles about, being single, the need for to get married and all of that. And I got there and I was telling them about the fact that being single is not a sin and why they need to embrace their singleness and use it for a lot of personal development and empower themselves. And the pastor literally took the mic from me. They literally took me out of the place. You understand? Because they see, in fact, they will ask me and say, "Are you still born again?" Do you understand?
I was my sister. I was to be invited to come and minister in one big redeemed church in Maryland one time. And the pastor just said, lie, don't bring that man, he's carnal. He can't come to my church. Do you know how many of his church members I'm counseling right now?
That's the thing. That's exactly the thing. I mean, the way we were raised, thank God some of us have been able to break off from that religious mentality, and we now understand the person of Christ and the principles of God. We've been able to break down from the religious stronghold. But how many people, if you go and say all of these things now, if you were saying it if you put, in fact, if after this show on Facebook, just wait to see the comments people will come and write. Are you sure you're a pastor?
Of course, I get that all the time, my sister. I get that all the time.
Those are the kind of things. I mean, but these are the real issues.
Yeah.
These are the real issues. People will talk about, I have high libido. Like the lady who said she was fantasizing with somebody on Facebook and was talking about how she wanted to get stoned. She wanted to do this. She wanted to do that. Communications like that, you can't even have them because they say, this one is wayward and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So those are the things that the church also needs to help us, to conquer. And finally, cheating as a whole.
Yeah.
Men cheat, women cheat.
Yeah, both ways.
I was saying the other time, I said, have you seen Kiss Daniel? Especially with his new song, Lo 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 Buga. Clean boy now. But if you have a husband that has one pack, and you see a Kiss Daniel, for example, that has 6 packs, it's not only men that like good things. But you know what the Bible says, that once you see and you desire, you are equal to the person that has sinned. And then another thing is, so many of us have sinned. Now we thank God for Jesus, we thank God for restoration. Now that we are back in line, what do? Ensure that we don't go back into our vomit. You understand? And we pray that, God will, help whoever is affected to truly forgive deeply and truly.
Yes.
So that they don't keep remembering, and going back to the past and eventually lead to a divorce. So
yes,
that's my contribution.
Thank you very much for calling. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, God bless you. Bye-bye. My telephone number is still open for those who would love to call in, please. If you'd like to call in, please go ahead and make that phone call. But my point still remains that we are only talking today, not that, oh, women do cheat or men cheat. We are only talking today. The topic is that why men do what they do. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just joined your program, as you know me very well.
Okay.
I want to make my own contribution based on the title of the program. Means to Christian therefore because of cheating.
Okay.
The other is that Christians are therefore because of if the opposite, let's say a man is cheating, and the wife caught him.
Yeah.
And the wife is not cheating. The wife can go out. Hello.
We can hear you.
But if both of them are cheating, I think all of them the two of them are guilty.
Yeah.
That's my own contribution. My name is Jonathan.
All right. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Thanks for calling. Hello.
Hi, Pastor Shola.
Hi, how
you
are
on
you?
live chat? Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Can I
Uh-huh.
make my contribution, please?
Go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Yes. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good
Okay,
afternoon.
first of all, I'm enjoying your program.
Thank
The
you.
secondly, the fact is that women should stop being models to grown men.
They should stop being
That's
mothers to grown men.
Yes, grown men. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. That's number one. Number two. Then, when it comes to hygiene, I think both of them should know that this person I'm about to get settled with should have a green hygiene, because when he gets to the house, you can't control it anymore.
Thank
It
you.
becomes you're too finicky.
Thank you, madam. But how about this Christianity that is telling us not to visit each other before marriage?
Christianity has worked up the whole situation.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
No way. Christianity should be out of the window. Christianity has got nothing to do with marriage.
It's got everything to do with it, but we just must understand the Bible. The Bible didn't say, or majority of what we always say, we cook it up. And then we lock people down. We lock people down from getting to know. You see, what I come to find out, you see, in my 15 years of counseling, I come to understand that unbelievers have better marriages than Christians.
Yes, sir. But the fact is, Christianity has locked a lot of people down.
I know.
And I think they need to open their eyes and leave those pastors alone.
Yes.
Because those pastors, they're doing what they.
Or maybe we shouldn't say Christianity locked them down. Maybe we should say the interpretation of Christianity in a Nigerian setting.
Oh, no, it is both.
Okay.
We can't just one and leave and then don't take the order. It is both. Because I know of people who are in that situation.
Okay.
And they think that's going to fix it. It's not going to fix it.
No, it's not.
It's not going to fix it, sir. So the fact is, Christianity should be put away from marriages. Not to say that God is going to be put away from marriages or relationships.
Okay. I got you.
Yes,
that religion should be put away from Christianity and leave God there.
Yes.
I got it. Yeah, I got
and when it comes to the other exciting part of life,
yeah,
both parties should know that they're ready to learn from each other.
Yes.
So they can spice up their life.
Uh-huh.
So nobody's looking at the other like, oh, where did you get this from? Where do you know this from? How did you learn this?
Yeah.
So that is another part of life. So that way we all can be straight instead of jumping up and down, and we all are sinners. We are not innocent, but hey, the fact is that we need to get our act together.
Yeah.
Yes, and also whatever we do, we still have to pray. But pastors can fix nothing. I'm sorry to some of them are demonic. That's what I say. I say it all the time, and I don't have a shame in my game to say. I say all that they can fix nothing.
Wow.
They will only have as much as you go to their church, and that contribution has to come in. They don't see anything.
Yeah. Mm.
So that's my take. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling. God bless you.
Bye, Mr. Man.
Bye. Well, I think it's because of fornication and adultery.
Yeah.
That is why the Christianity is against you being with a man that you are married to. I mean, living with a man that you are married to. If we can stick to, that no sex before marriage, if you think maybe we should, find a way around it and try to get a kind of a balance that maybe 6 months living together with a chaperone,
Can you turn that off, please? Yeah.
with a chaperone, maybe somebody from the bride to be and the groom to be, maybe they should live together, in a house for like 6 months, so that we can be sure that there won't be any premarital sex,
For me, I don't believe in that. I have said this many times. If you are matured enough to enter into marriage, you should know that you must be matured enough to live with a woman and not have sexual relationship because you're actually targeting something. Now, I always say this to people because, when I counsel people, I tell them this. The mistake we are making right now as Christians in Nigeria is this. And that's why I said all believers have better marriages than us. Number one is that before you can get married to somebody, the first thing you got to do is to start a fight intentionally. Christianity will not allow us to get to know each other. We don't hang out. We don't go to eat. We don't go to do whatever. We have to come to church and meet and pray. I remember those days, they said, come to church, let's all hold hands, and we'll be talking about how many cars we're going to buy, how many babies we're going to have, and all kinds of stupid stuff and everything like that. All right? Now, I come to understand that when you start intentional fights, I will know your temperament, I will know your level of anger, and I will know how mature you are. And I will be able to get prepared for the kind of life I want to live. Number two, we must to travel together to a place without family. No family around, no friends around, just myself and yourself.
But when you're saying start an intentional fight, now that you know that it's an intentional fight and you're doing this just to find out about my temperament and all that, can't I just, You're not
going to know. You wouldn't know I'm starting a fight.
Because I heard you've been telling them.
So they will.
This idea.
No.
Any fight whatsoever, they'll be on the defense.
They cannot. They cannot. That's not the way it is.
Maybe he's trying to find out about my temperament and all that, and they can,
If you
fake it.
I'm not going to let you know. You're not supposed to know.
That is what I'm saying.
Listen to me. You never in this world just let them know that stuff. You don't. Let them start the fight without the other person knowing that they're starting a fight. All right? So that you'll be able to know that person. Number two is that you need to travel outside of where you are. Go somewhere. And the place you're going to go to is a place away from your family, away from everybody. Now, go and see if that person will give you attention. Go and see if that kind of guy will actually be able to communicate with you. Go and see how everything is going to work right between the two of you without the family around, without distraction. Number three, after engagement, live together for 6 months. After engagement, that's why the English people say it's better to have a broken engagement than to have a broken marriage. It is during that particular time you're living together, you will know the kind of friends they work with. You're going to know if they can cook or not. You're going to know what kind of life they live.
This kind of people, they have to have this what do I call it now? Self-discipline to the extent.
That is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you can't go to marriage. You are not matured enough if you are not disciplined.
Yeah, we have to hammer on that, and people should have that at the back of them.
You can't go to marriage if you are not disciplined.
Yeah, because they will be like, oh, she tempted me, he tempted me. Things like that. You have to be, focused and know that, okay, I am doing this for my future.
The issue is, me and you will watch this What do you call it? I'll bring that back later. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello, doctor.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm going fine. I've just come back. Let me tell you one thing. May God have mercy on all of us. I have a boss back home. Him and his wife, they live together for 4 years. They are living in the same house for 4 years. When they got married, the character didn't break out for 4 years. He brought it out within 2 weeks.
Wow.
Within 2 weeks, he said in the presence of a lot of us in the office. What have you had it? They live together. They are in the same room for 4 years. The character that she doesn't break out for 4 years, she brought it out within 2 weeks. So if someone that has a good wife, be thanking God. And if you have a good husband, be thanking God. That's my contribution to that.
Then what do you think should be done to be able to know the character of a person before marriage?
Well, it's only God. Because let me tell you, especially women, they 99%, 99.9% they like women, they like life. They buy life from us. The other thing that a woman can keep his character for 20 years. It's only God. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
I don't agree with that, sir. It's not only God. It's not only God. Even you yourself that wants to. Is it majority of women, majority of the men, we always want to engage the woman based on the body parts. We look at body part to connect with the woman. We look at pointed breasts, big behind, nice face, nice butt, nice everything. We don't look at character.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We don't go for character. How many men has got time to go for character? Every of our men, they are looking for something that will satisfy their sexual desire.
It's true.
All right? So, and when they come home, if mommy is saying, let us look at this thing for you, you will say, no, mommy, this is what I want.
And that's what I say. I had a woman also. Our son brought a girl to the home for the marriage. And the lady used all this pancake they are using. And the woman tell the girl to come watch your face, that you want to see the real face. So, and people are abusing the woman. To me, I know what I want to say now. I don't think it's possible. But if it's possible, you can go back to olden days where I would tell my mother that I want to marry this person. They go and look or go to their house, find out what their character in that house. I think that thing help them in those days.
Yeah, we still do it today. We still do it today too.
So if you can do that, I think that one will be better.
We still do it today too.
It can be better.
We just have to encourage our men to.
It makes their marriage to last longer.
Yeah.
Because they will know that the family character, they will know our own character. They will find everything.
Yeah.
So if we can go back to that, it will be better. Because nowadays, all these our children, they don't see each other. They don't know each other. We need to see that something has gone on.
I know. Thank you for calling, sir. God bless you. Bye bye. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Pastor Shola. Sorry, I had to call back.
That's okay.
I wanted to say something about character. You see, I have a friend who tells me all the time that when you marry a woman, that marrying a woman is like going into an unknown market. Let me say it in Yoruba. He says, Oja Okunkun. So the first time he said it, I said, let me ask you a question. The same woman that is marrying that man, is she not also taking a risk?
Of course.
Do you understand? Because, I mean, you don't know this woman, you're going into it. I don't know this man, I'm going into it. So it's the same unknown.
Of course,
none
for
of
both
us
of them.
Here, none of us listening to you right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
I say yes, it's actually a risk for both of them.
Yes, none of us listening to you right now knows what the next minute or tomorrow holds. I mean, we can only trust God that everything will be fine. Now, let us take, for example, if you get married to someone, you date the person, you cut the person, and everything seems to be going well. You know, everything is happening, precept upon precept, everything is going fine. And suddenly life happens. You know, sometimes life would happen and it will bring out the monster that even you never knew existed in you. It will bring it out.
Of course.
Sometimes they will say, you should have gone to check the family. If you go to check the family, Pastor Shola, there are times when a woman can give birth to 5 children and raise 5 of them the same way, but one will choose to be different.
Yes.
No, but you're going to get probably some few things that will actually prepare you for the relationship you are going into.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
You still need to.
What I'm saying now is, if you go to that family and everything you find in that family is perfect, and you go ahead, and that person chooses to be terrible, what do you do?
No, you see what happened is that you see people do say apple doesn't fall far away from the tree. Even the bad that the person would do will still be something you will be able to cope with and be able to manage. You know, because you already have an idea of what the family looks like. But if you don't have it, that's when you're going to be surprised, because no matter how bad that person may be, there will still be some good in that person. All right, and that's the good you're going to connect with. You're going to connect with the good, just like you're saying, that you connect with the good, and then the bad, you guys will work together to perfect it. Even though it might not be perfect, but it's going to be something that you can work with.
I like the point you raised now. Pastor Shola, I like the point you raised. You said it is going to be something that you can work with.
Yeah.
How do we determine each person's threshold?
Yeah.
Pastor Shola, what you can work with may not necessarily be what Pastor Lola can work with.
Well,
you understand what I'm trying to say?
Well,
so if one person says, if you understand what I'm trying to say?
Of
so
course.
If somebody sees, you might see a marriage and you think, everything is fine. That man might be dealing with a terrible character that he is being able to manage and work on.
And you don't manage. See, you don't manage it.
Yeah,
you don't manage it. You're working on it to perfect it.
Yes, you're working on it to perfect it.
You're working on it to perfect it. I counseled somebody and I told the wife, my dear sister, she said, what? I said, your husband loves to drink? She said, yes, I don't want him to drink all the time. I said, good. I said, start buying the drink in the fridge. And gradually, he was able to win the guy to stay home.
And moreover, there are some red flags.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, there are some red flags that you might have seen, during courtship too, and people will just ignore it. No, don't ignore.
But Pastor Shola, do you know that there are times when there are no red flags? That was why I said, let us assume they had a perfect beginning. Everything is fine. You can clean, you can do this, you can do that. But you've never been faced with challenges of life. I mean, I've followed Pastor Shola for so many years. I've heard him talk about struggles of one trouser. I've heard you also talk about a lot of struggles that you went through. Now, anything that comes your way now, you can't just laugh it up and say, oh, we've seen worse than this. But imagine if everything has been good, and suddenly life happens to the person. What they've never experienced before comes their way. They will say, this person has changed, or that person has changed.
You're not supposed to.
I can never accept this.
You're not supposed to blow it like that.
You know what I mean?
You're not supposed to blow it like that. It's just like the other day I was giving an example of menopause. You see, menopause is going to change a woman. Your wife that has been behaving well before, always smiling when she wakes up, go to bed happy and stuff, it's possible for her to change because of the hormone. So you as a man are supposed to be knowledgeable enough to know that there's nothing permanent in life. You must expect the unexpected. You must expect something to change. You must be prepared for it.
But have you heard, Pastor Shola, have you heard people say things like, are you the first person that will get pregnant? Or are you the first person that will go through this? Look at that woman.
Of course.
Look at that one.
Those people who are saying that are baby husbands. These are baby husbands. A real husband will understand that when my wife is pregnant, she will not behave like when that person is pregnant. Everybody is different.
And moreover, the first pregnancy may even be different from
Maybe
the
different.
second one.
So people must not close up. You must open your mind and say anything can happen.
So you understand what I'm saying now? That we shouldn't do the family check, the background check, and just hands up and say, okay.
No, it's just to give us a background. Just to give us a background. Number one, I want to do it because I want to look. You see, number one, I want to do it because I want to look and see what my wife will turn out to be when she's old. That's number one. Because you will resemble your mom.
You want to find out if there's any medical condition.
I want to know that. I want to know that. Yes, I want to know that. I want to know all of that stuff. All right. I want to know. I want to know the relationship between the mother and the father.
Issues.
Yeah, I want to know the relationship between the father and the mother, so I will understand what to expect. Some people, they grew up in a kind of a home whereby the father is not around, and they only grew up with their mother. I know there will be issue when it comes to a man in that particular home, so I must be prepared. So if you don't get that stuff into, it's not about you getting all of the picture. You're going to get something small, maybe 30%, 20%. And then you can be able to build your life on that 20%. Yes.
Yeah.
You get it.
But I am just of the opinion, like the last caller said that, do that background. But my own argument is that background is number one. You know, there has to be a checklist. That background check is just one out of several that you need to do.
Yes.
You also need to prepare, and that's where the premarital counseling also comes in.
But not the kind of premarital counseling that we. It's not the kind of premarital counseling that we do in Nigeria.
No, not that one. No, not that kind. Not that kind. I'm not talking of that kind. Where I did my own premarital counseling, it was, in fact, I thought they were carnal. It wasn't a but I was, because I was coming from a redeemed background, so and I was thinking of people are too carnal, but they were very real. It was 3 months. Every day for 3 months. Also me. But in fact, at the end, they gave us assignment, they gave us projects. You understand? They were very real.
I took a session one time.
One piece of meat in your pot.
I took a session one time, and the woman said, he said, Pastor, when are we praying? I said, praying for what? I said, you are doing premarital counseling. I said, when are we praying? I said, pray God, praying. I said, you better listen to what I'm telling you right now. Write them down. Which prayer are you asking me? He said, my church pastor said we are supposed to fast and pray for 45 days and stuff. I said, no, not here. You know, I was able to break things down to them, all the way to sexual relationship, respect, and what you should. I gave them the good, the bad, and the ugly of marriage. I told them, I'm not scaring you, I'm only getting you prepared. All right? And there's so many times when you go for premarital counseling, they just tell you the good part of it. They need to tell you the bad part of marriage so that you can get prepared of that bad part.
So I'm not talking about the premarital counseling. I'm talking about is not the type that you see in church and.
I know. I got you, my dear sister. I know.
Prepare you, like you're saying. They will prepare you. They will tell you those scary things that look, life happens.
I know.
Somebody can fall ill. Somebody can, break a bone. Something can happen. All those things. So when they tell you, so it's not, the background, family background is key, number one.
It is
number
key.
2, we must also prepare. So that when those things begin to happen, I mean, we're not, how do they say? They'll say, oh, speak only good into your future. No. We're not saying speak bad into the future. But we're just saying, just in case these things happen. I mean, look at Job in the Bible.
We need that background. We need that background, and we will know that things will happen. We need that background, and we know that things will definitely happen. You don't just say things will happen and we don't need background. We still need it. Very, very important. So many things will happen in marriage. The background will get us prepared. We'll get prepared for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it will get us prepared for it. It is well. Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Pastor Shola.
Thank you very much. Thank you for educating us. Yeah. All right, the telephone number is open. I see a lot of calls coming in. Please go ahead and make that phone call. My wife is actually looking at the time right now because I don't know. All right, somebody's calling right now. Hello.
Good morning, Pastor Shola.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Ore. I'm calling from Texas.
Okay.
You did touch a lot of things, so I just joined halfway.
Okay.
And I want to say that why do men cheat? only a man can answer that question. I don't think, I'm going to be talking from my own personal experience.
Yeah.
When I met my husband, it was very good. We did live together for 6 months before we got married.
Okay.
Oh, and there was no red flag.
Okay. You said no, or you didn't notice anything.
He didn't display it.
No. Maybe you did not see it.
Maybe love covered your eyes.
Listen to me. He didn't display it. This was somebody that, when it's 5, he comes home immediately. Doesn't hang out with friends.
Yeah.
It was just myself. I think he studied, he saw, he knew what I wanted. And that was what he displayed. And 6 months later,
was he gaining anything from you?
He was getting nothing. I was working. I think he studied, this girl that was being raised in a Christian home.
I said, was he gaining anything? Was he depending to gain? Or, gain anything?
No,
Are you the one financing the home? Are you the one educating him?
He was financing.
You said what?
I wasn't making us.
And that's where I wanted to look at something. I'm a counselor.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't need to pretend to you if I'm actually not getting nothing from you.
Okay, Pastor Sarah, you will understand me. I'm coming.
Okay, I'm listening to you.
6 months later,
we
got married and I got pregnant. He had wanted me to get pregnant anyways before the marriage thing.
Yeah.
But 6 months later, we got married and I got pregnant. But I said, you got the launching that this guy calls it. That particular day we got married, the next Saturday, this guy left the house early in the morning and came back the next day.
Okay.
One red flag. And that was when I started to see that he hangs out with friends, he womanizes, and he drinks. They drink to stupor. These were the red flags that he hide. Then later along the line, I heard from his best friend that he has always had issues to keep a woman. Like, very, very arrogant.
Okay.
And his relationship would not last 1 or 2 months, and they break up.
Okay.
So I guess he knew that. Then he worked on those things while he met me.
Okay.
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 Then I heard a conversation. You said women for me, I will talk from my own. This guy broke me. There is no because destroy me. I was nothing. He would disgrace me. Mind you, I was going to school. So I couldn't walk at the same time. No help, nothing. I was into nothing. So it would disgrace me.
Yeah.
Then as time went on, I started to reach out hotel, dirty jobs. Maybe he would, stop those things, love me. He would collect the paycheck. I understand. Maybe, yes, I was bringing something. Yeah. And the moment why I was placed on death rest, I couldn't work again.
Yeah.
Problem started again. So I started to do Grubhub. Along the line, I had 3 children. I would put these children in the car.
Yeah.
Go to Amazon delivery. Because the only way this guy would break me was by saying, anything that I have to do, take you with him. Then he has the opportunity to destroy you with, the words of his mouth. So I was trying not to. So I was doing the best I could at that time with those children. Like machine delivery up and down. And Pastor Shala, I started to pray. I fasted. I cried. I called my parents. They prayed for me. I didn't want to walk out of that marriage because
when you are praying, did you do counseling?
That was we didn't do counseling. And
you did counseling.
We did not.
And you are praying.
We did not.
And you are praying.
Pastor Shala, what would I have done?
No, I'm just trying to use you to just educate the people that are listening. I'm not trying you, madam. I'm only trying to use you to educate the people that are listening. You all guys always want to pray. Let's pray. That's something that you're supposed to do. It's not just praying.
I did try to talk to him about marriage counseling. Okay. And he was like, God forbid, the woman of marriage counseling. You go to the counseling.
Okay, so but when you pray, the prayer now worked, right?
Prayer did not work, Pastor Shola.
Oh, prayer is supposed to work now.
It doesn't work. But I just have to talk
There
to
is
him.
nothing. There is nothing. What God cannot do does not exist now.
No, not in this one.
Oh God.
Not in this case.
Oh
So
God.
I did try to talk to him into marriage counseling, and he was like,
Oh God.
you're your fellow bad over counseling.
Oh God.
But I'm going to divorce. Then I mentioned your name. He said, oh, like Pastor Shola.
We
He's
like
always
me.
supporting you. Yeah.
No, the issue is that it's most of them that say, oh, we like Pastor Shola, if you come to me for counseling and I collect their phone number and I call them up, at the end of it also, they will now say, oh, yeah, Pastor Shola, I've been trying to talk to you. I've been trying to talk to you. That's what they say. But because you women, you are afraid of losing your home. If you're afraid of losing something, you can't have it. You can't have it.
True.
I always tell people this, you women, Nigerian women, oh, he's going to get angry. I can't give your number. He will get mad. Don't let him get mad. Most of those women that I was able to enter and then talk to their husbands, I called them directly by myself. That's what I did.
Pastor Shola, wait. So I did try to talk to him, how we should talk to you. And he was like, oh, no, he doesn't like Pastor Shola. That if anybody would even cancel him, maybe my mother.
Yeah.
Guess what? Sherry, if you are going into marriage, Lisa, and that person, you make sure this person has somebody, is very important. It made that marriage difficult. There is nobody on this earth that can talk to my husband. And the moment you now report him to somebody, meanwhile you are doing it to save your marriage. Social media marriage. You understand? So I stopped talking. And to God be the glory, God turned my story around. This is a man, so they say, people, also saw me the race. He almost to school, he graduates. Delay is not denial, sir. And God turned my story around. And I started to earn better times 3 of what these people, he did not expect it. So when a man cheats, he does nothing. 5 children, he does not. And I learned to love my money.
You have 5 children for him, right?
He has a child outside the marriage, and I have 4 for him.
Okay.
But I take care of the 5 together.
Oh, that's good.
And to God be the glory.
Oh.
So God started with me with a small job, a $22 job, sir.
Yeah.
This man looked for every way possible to make sure I stopped working. He acted like he cared. And this was somebody that was complaining that wasn't working, that would disgrace me anyway.
Yeah.
You wake up at 5, you have to take the kids to daycare, blah, 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 blah. I said, yes. I said, don't worry. And then I said, okay, can you help me with, even if it's $500 every month, to add to this kids' daycare so I can go to work? No, I'm built that. This guy did not drop shishio. And to God be the glory, I met a friend of mine. He was getting at me that how do I work and use all my money on school fees and daycare?
Yeah.
That maybe I should stop. And this girl said, don't ever stop. That this man wants to break you. And I'm glad I listened. And I was using the whole money to, pay for daycare. And that was how God turned my story around. I became a financial analyst, a senior financial analyst that made good money.
Good
now,
job.
The story is, sorry, quote initially the lower. At this moment, I have a 2-month-old son. This guy got me infected. And this boy caught the infection.
Wow.
That we are currently treating. But along the line, I learned to love my money. But he got intimidated and started telling all his friends, sorry, coach, low. And that is not the case. God sees my heart. This is a man I want to build with. But when a man does not listen, when a man cheats, a woman would look for something else. I understand. I would not, put my money into something to then say I would not reap from it. So I learned to love my money, and he misunderstood and termed it as, why it changed. And these Nigerian men that will be like, I won't bring about America, and they're not sure I'm paying because I'm shaking one only, shaking my cat on the shop.
Yeah.
They give us the shit, and when we retaliate, they be like, they're arrogant. That is not the case. I deal with a woman that really wants her marriage to stay, but it's just unfortunate There are a lot of things to contribute, but
you guys are still together, right?
We got separated. I walked out of the marriage last year.
Wow.
And he came back and he said, okay, I have changed. Thinking that at times we feel like we want something, but truly we don't want that thing. Then maybe it would taste what it is when your family are, when your children are not yet. You understand what I'm saying? And when I did, and this guy came back, I have changed. So much before when I came back to the house, I found out that 1 week after I left the house, it is only a catacomb. Oh, back notes. For me, notes. I know you be a man. If you can afford to try not buy your thing, cash down, right? Emi mo den lo moto share ko ite mi won pe. Mo wa pe no ti to n se yi pe for me pe emi feel pe ohun gbogbo e ohun no so excuse me sir. Ohun no so say why not you turn it go buy me one motor kekere kan ki ma lo. Ló bá dé ìgbà mọ́tò in as much as money ṣe kókó máa affect credit ó ní rárá kò lè affect credit ló padà guess what 2 years later mo find out pákátá èlò gbé fún 2 years later nígbà tí mo kúrò lé mo find out pé òun àti lady yẹn before then that lady has been an issue ó tún ní àwọn nǹkan tó kó sí Nàìjíríà.
So you guys are no longer together now?
We came back, but coming back, second chance was a huge mistake.
So
it was a huge mistake.
Kind of...
Now I'm walking out of the marriage.
Oh, jeez. All right, that's fine.
And you have a 2-month-old baby right now.
I have a 2-month. I have a 6-year-old. I have a 4-year-old. I have a soon to be 7 years old. I have a 5-year-old. I have a 3-year-old, and I have a 2-month-old.
Wow, it is well. Now, call me after probably like today, whenever you have time. Let's talk a little bit more.
Okay. If you are going to cancel my husband, you need the Spirit of God to open your eyes.
No, I'm not canceling your husband. I'm canceling you. I'm not canceling your husband. I'm canceling you.
You know these people. This is a man who then called them Mama. He told people, he said, me, I used to beat him every day.
I am canceling you. I'm canceling you, not your husband. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm canceling you, not your husband for now. You first.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So take care of that little baby, please.
I will.
Uh-huh.
All right, sir. Thank you.
God bless you. God bless you. All right, we're going to wait for one last call. I know. One last call. We're going to wait for one last call to come in, and then we're going to wrap it up for today. It has been a wonderful moment. Very wonderful. And all right. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Shola.
Yes, hello, ma.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm watching your program here. Should Christians divorce because of cheating?
Yeah, we are listening to you.
I'm watching it right now.
Okay, we're still on.
We're still on. Everybody's listening to you.
Oh. I didn't want to. I thought you finished. I didn't want to speak on air.
No.
You what?
She didn't want to speak on air.
But you just called me. You called me 2 times already, and you are watching the show. This show is live.
No. I think no. When I saw it 17 minutes ago, so I thought it's something that I'm feeling.
No, the show is still on. The show is still on right now. It's live. All right, call it then. All right, so I understand this woman, but they appear to have communication issues because the man needed to be broken and the woman needed to wait on God. But no one wants to suffer. Wants to do it. Well, that's okay. That's okay. Now, we have been talking all day, and I must confess to you guys, I've been able to drag so much out of everybody today, even my wife here. It's not ideal. It's not the right thing for a man to go ahead and just cheat, regardless. We all supposed to work on our relationships. We're supposed to do whatever it would take to actually make peace to reign. And if you feel like, okay, this is not going to work for me, instead of you actually making that person to suffer, you don't make that person suffer. You mustn't abandon that person in the house. You mustn't torture that person. You mustn't use sex as a weapon of punishment. You mustn't, don't just insult, don't be physically abusive, don't be emotionally abusive towards them. The best thing to do is to actually separate. Let her go away and you go your way. And secondly, what I want to just quickly talk about is this. Enough of this, let's go pray, let's go pray, let's go pray. I'm not saying prayer doesn't work. All right. There are certain things that you must first of all put in place for prayer to work on. And that is you need to sign up for counseling. Go to a therapist. Do something before you just resort into praying. And this is the reason why you see a lot of people
you can pray
going
along doing something.
That's why you see a lot of people going to VG, prayer meeting, and no solution coming. They just go there, and all of these pastors who are prayer contractors, they are just taking your money. They are only taking your money. Prayer alone cannot work the stuff that we are talking about. You need to pray. You need to go and seek for counsel. You go and see a therapist, and then you pray along. And then God himself will breathe upon whatever it is that you're doing. Don't just stay home and just be praying. Don't just sit at home. I tell people this all the time. You see, sometimes people say, okay, Pastor, when are we fasting? I say, fasting for what? Are we not doing night vigil? I said, night vigil for what? Tell me why you want to do night vigil. Do you want to complicate your issue? There are certain things that you need to do. You need to seek for professional help. When your marriage is going down, don't just pray. You need to seek professional help. When your job is going down, you don't just pray. You need to seek for help. Speak out. Let somebody help you. Majority of we Nigerians, we just resort into praying. At the end of the day, we damage the marriage. Marriage you're supposed to have premarital counseling, and then constantly they're supposed to be counseling. Constantly, they're supposed to be counseling your marriage. All right? You're supposed to be able to sit down with a counselor at least once in a year to actually check out your marriage, service your marriage, run your marriage through somebody else. Let them be able to counsel you and tell you exactly what to do and how to go by it and stuff. It's very, very important. Talk about your challenges. These are my challenges. This is what I think we should do. This is how you do it. And then make sure it's not your church pastor you're going to. Go to someone that is a professional, someone that doesn't know you. So you'll be able to open up to the person. All right? So that the person will be able to know what's going on in your relationship and be able to advise you guys the right and the correct way. All right? So when we do this, you will see how everything is going to work right for you. All right? We need night vigil to kill the demons. Which demons are you killing? How many years you have been going to night vigil and the demons are still there? Even God himself is not expecting to kill demons. They are there, they will be there until that time is right. The time is not now. The devil is not going nowhere. Demons are not going nowhere. And as a matter of fact, God created them for his purpose. He created powers and principalities, witches and wizards for his purpose. You can't kill the purpose of God. You need to actually focus more on something that will bring results. Focus more on something that will bring result to your life. And then finally, Pastor Lola is set to start our own show. You don't want to do show with me no more. All right? I'm a devil. I'm a devil. She want to start our own show. So tell people about your show. What do you want to be talking about?
Well, we're going to be talking about family, generally our children, our husbands, our extended family, and all that, and maybe sometimes ongoing issues in the society that can benefit us and that can edify. Those are the things we're going to be talking about.
So when are you starting?
Very, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So please don't invite me to your show, because if you invite me to your show, I will break all the table there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need you to come and.
I won't come. I won't come to your show. I will break all the table there and stuff.
Yeah, we need you to come and break.
No. You guys speak like your soft me. No.
Yeah, we need your big voice sometimes.
No, I'm not coming, because if I bring my big voice,
we need you to come and yell sometimes.
If I come and bring my big voice there, it's going to be wahala. I don't want to bring my big voice there. It's going to result into wahala. So guys, whenever she started, we're going to actually let you guys know. And then we can advertise and listen to whatever it is that they got to say and stuff. Group of women are going to be coming on the show, and they can have group talk with women. Like me, I'm doing group of men. We're talking about women. They're going to be talking
so
about
we're gonna be having women and
women talk about
sharing,
men.
experiences, what we have gone through, what this women
Somebody
have
say,
done.
please don't let it be too long. Like Pastor Sola's own is too long. Pastor Sola's show is always too long.
No, she's saying when I said soon, she said don't let it be too,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll read that. We're gonna listen. Me, I'll be on the other side. I'll be playing devil advocate. I'll be attacking you inside my comments.
we don't worry. We'll be fully prepared for.
Okay,
for
you better be prepared for my comments because my comments are going to be very powerful. Telling you that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for calling on my show.
Thank you so much.
Today we appreciate
taking
you.
our time to join us. We appreciate you.
And we'll see you again next time. From me, thank you.
Thank you, and God bless.
And God bless you. Bye.